Alright folks, we're going to take a look at the free Wargames Illustrated samples of Warlord Games 10 mil Napoleonics range. I got some cavalry here, some bases. We're going to take a look at these guys. No infantry, although there is some artillery here. This is what you get. That's the sprue. I'm going to pop some of these off and we'll take a close look at them. Let's get a close-up here of these guys while they're on the sprue. I'm going to look at them. Is there two poses there? I think there is. Slight variety. You can tell by the horses' posture. We've got the artillery. They're heavy cav. I could see right away you got to be careful popping these off. There's supposed to be little pegs remaining on the bottoms of these bases because they're going to be popped through those holes. So you need those little, you could see it. Clean that off, trim it a little bit, and then just pop them in the hole. Let's take a look at this guy. There we go. Look at that guy. Ah, nice, clean, crisp detail. That's nice. He's got his plate on there. Trying to look at his hand where it connects the sword. That looks a little weird to me. The horse looks a little bit thick-chested. Squarish. Let's see here. Look at that raised detail there on the saddle cloth. That's really raised. Face. Raised detail on the sword. Not bad. It's not the greatest. It's got just a square, blocky feel to it. But I think when you paint these up, they would look fantastic. There's an officer, I'm guessing. He's kind of stiff in the saddle. At least looking from the front. That's not necessarily a bad thing. The horse's chest, is that a little flash down there? What is that in there? Down here. What is that? No. Look at that raised detail in the saddle cloth, the sheath of the sword there. Definition between the boots and the pants. Let's check out the gloves. Gauntlets. Yeah, I can kind of see them. It's not too detailed though. Right where he's holding his sword, that arm and in between his torso, that is just a solid lump of plastic. It's flat, no detail whatsoever. Yeah, so they're not the most detailed, but where you see details, it is quite crisp and clear what you're working with. Now again, it's kind of static, blockish, a little bit stiff. It's got the musketoon carbine on the side. This guy would be a trooper. Let's see a mold line cutting right through the middle. Again, raised details on the saddle cloth and saddle, and that's nice. I wouldn't say these are the best detailed figures out there, sculpted wise. There's a lot of open, flat surfaces with no detail on them whatsoever, but they're usually close to his body, and or his hands are close to his body. There's nothing there. It's just solid, flat plastic. Not too noticeable. You'd have to really paint these up to see how distracting that would be. I really don't think it would be a major distraction. Considering the scale of these little guys, you know, they're only, what, in between 15 and 12? All right, so there is, we got the two wheels with crew on each side. And then you got the carriage with tube. And we got some eagles here. Let's pop off the artillery. Oh, did that just break? That broke. Probably my fault, but I think I just broke one of the things. Actually, this was bent. I think that's the way it was packaged, though. Inside of the magazine. Yeah, my fault, but we can fix that. So you got to be careful clipping these off the sprue. There's 3 parts to this cannon. You got this. That's where I broke it. A little plastic glue will solve that. See some flash or mold lined as expected. I'm not greatly impressed by the detail, but at least it's clean and you know what you're painting. It just seems to be a little lack of detail in certain areas of the model. Yeah, you could see the surface of this guy's coat, the back of it, it's very flat. It's not a lot of little crinkles and things you'd expect. These would have to be painted to really appreciate them. I'm not too impressed. They're just average, I think. Let's look at the other pair. Let me check the Shako and see what they got going on there. Now there's no detail on it at all. It's got a Shako cover. This one guy does not have a Shako cover. You can see a little bit of a cockade and a little bit of an eagle and a pom-pom on the top. So there's the detail on his Shako. The eagle is a smooth surface, and above that is the cockade, which is just a blob, and above that is the little ball, which is the pom-pom. So there's no detail there. The eagle, anyway. And the other guys just have Shako covers, so you don't see anything. Smooth this out. These little pegs. There's one. Not bad. There's 2. I'm cleaning off the bottoms of them where they were connected to the actual sprue. 1, 2, 3, 5. Now let's grab one of these bases. This would be the cannon. It's the cavalry. Pop that off. Some little edges that need filing. Easy to tell which side is which. Now let's see how easy this pops in. Let's see where I clean that off in the bottom a little bit. You definitely want to glue it. But he sticks in there. Let's put 1. Let's put 2. And this is made for 5 figures. Okay, yeah, you got to glue these for sure. All right, look at that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Just want to give you an idea of what it looks like. Massed up. Closely compact are these guys. Not bad. Gives you an idea. There you go. That's a Magister Militum and a French or Warlord Games. Now these are 10 mil. All right, sold and packaged as 10 mil. These are sold as, I don't know what they call the scale, but it's in between 12 and 15. 13.5 millimeter. Warlord Games are taller than what is classed as 10. So obviously they're a little bit bigger. Here's some Pendraken. 10 mil. So yeah, they're smaller than them as well. They wouldn't match up at all. So yeah, they are their own unique scale. So these are actually 18 mil figures. I don't know if these guys are going to match up at all. But it's all I have available. So yeah, that's compared to an 18 mil. Huh. All right, folks, that's a look at Warlord Games' Epic Napoleonics range, the newest figures that came out. These were the free ones, the free sprue that came in issue 408, I believe, of Wargames Illustrated. You could pick that up and get these little models. Not a whole lot of detail, average in fact, in my opinion, but I think you can look past that once you get them painted and ranked up on the table. Mass effect is what it's all about for epic scale, right? So in that regards, I think, yeah, they're worth it. And I don't think they're that expensive either. Check them out, Warlord Games, Epic Scale Napoleonics. Folks, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hang in there. It's only going to get